Hey everybody, Dan Rawitz here, University of Options. This is your daily trade recap. We'll go through every trade we took and a quick market update as well. So hopefully you'll find value in one or both of these things. So first of all, this is just ridiculous. We're still 100% directionless. How many doji candles in a row? Just this market does not know what to do. And every time it gets close to 4150, it kind of pukes. Something's going to give, and it's probably not going to be too much longer. I sure wish I could tell you which way it's going. Right now, the way the market's setting up, it still looks more bearish than bullish. Um, but we are seeing a little bit of a change there. Let me start here. Um, you can see that more calls came in today. Some decent size orders, 4 million here and there, but there's still a very heavy concentration of high dollar puts. Another interesting observation today is the dark pools that came in, the big ones, the ones that really kind of caught my attention, were either 412.85 or 411.65. And that means a lot more than you might realize. Because if you go to 411.65, I had this out already. That's okay. Let me put this here. 411.65. There we go. And 412.80, which is up here. And the point is, the price just kept coming back to these levels over and over and over. And that's what happens. In the morning, it tried to hold it and it couldn't. And then it broke loose pretty badly. Let me get rid of these Fibonacci drawing. I had this all drawn, but I don't know what happened to it. Sorry. Okay. So this is at 65 level. Came back here again, kind of crashed into it, ran off of it, ran off of it, ran off of it. This is less random than you think. When you see these dark pools, look at this. It came all the way down from the sky to revisit that dark pool area. And where it kind of stayed in between was this 412.85 level. You can see how we got pretty much right up to it. Same thing all day. We just kept knocking on this door here, and then we even closed right on that. So that was another massive dark pool area. My suspicion is if tomorrow we can launch above 413, we'll be clear of these dark pools, and we might actually start seeing something happen. A couple other indicators that that I look at. Um, One is the dealer Greeks. So the dealers are still hedging with delta positive. That means that they have a lot of short positions out there, and so they have to stay delta neutral. So they buy shares, and until we see this start going red, I don't think the market's going to really turn around. And you can see normally how when the dealers are hedging green, the price is falling. When the dealers are hedging red, the price is rising. I don't know what's keeping this thing up right now, but the dealers are definitely hedging green and price is not dropping. So that's an interesting divergence that I don't think is going to last very long. Um, Next is the GEX. You still have negative GEX. As you come down here back around this 410 level, is still very formidable. I'm not sure we're done with 410 at this point. We'll see. After that, we have this 411, and then GEX starts kind of leveling off. So that's what I'm seeing. This isn't falling off the cliff anymore. You might see a little bit of a turnaround here. And then, of course, there's just the overall net market flow, which was just horrible. Just it's the calls. Sorry, the shorts just kept coming over and over and over. By the way, we can also put dark pool levels here. And you kind of see that same level that I was talking about right through here. It's massive. All right, so that's that. We had an okay day today. Today was definitely rough trading, and I'm going to go through the trades with you. We made money. Um, uh, I over traded. I don't normally take 10 trades today. I can't really explain why I did, um, but I had two losses. So I think the first three wins were great, and then I had a loss, and it took me back. So I had to keep trading to get back into the green, and then I had another loss, so I had to keep trading to get back into the green. So a lot of scrambling to stay positive, where I would have been a lot better doing something like Lee because I was about up the same amount my first three trades. But you can see I made $22 a contract. So if you're trading 40 contracts, that's still almost 900 for the day. Lee trades 20, so on his $38, he made $750. Still not bad at all. I'm opening the trade log for you. So yesterday we show no trades because it was Sunday, but you can see the last 7 days we had 56 wins, 8 losses, 87.5% win rate, $500 per contract. What's that mean? It means if you were trading 10 contracts last week, you would have made $5,000. 10 contracts is not very much money. It's like less than $2,000 to do that. And then the 30-day run rate is 86 and a half. 1900 per contract. So super happy with these results. And as you know, every trade is tracked in real time. So if you ever want to look at this during the day, you can just pull up the link and refresh it, and you'll see what we do. A lot of people don't believe that you can win as much as we do because they've all got 10 friends that got creamed that were stupid and didn't know what they were doing. I shouldn't say stupid. A lot of people go into the market not knowing what they're doing. What makes them stupid is that they decided that trading is the worst thing you could ever do or options are terrible just because they couldn't figure it out. We have it figured out. We do this every day. We're professional traders. So I don't know. Just check us out and don't listen to people too much because we put our money where our mouth is. That's all I can say. All right, so let's go through the trades I took. You saw that each one of them is logged. Um, and I believe that the losses I took were not bad trades. Some days the market's going to do that. That's why we say we have an 85% win rate, not 100%. So the very first trade that I took this morning was at 726, and we got the bull signal way down here. And so all I'm really waiting for in this case is a drop in the chop index. It came here. I had literally just started trading. I hadn't really watched the screen much. If I would have been there a half hour earlier and had time to get in the rhythm with the market, I'm sure I would have gone in right here. I'm 100% sure. But still, got in, got out 2 candles later, and made a decent little profit on that one. And then I got in again at 743. Again, here's the bull signal. We got to clear the dot. So here's the dot right here. So this is the candle that I could legitimately go in on. And you can see the chop index dropped considerably. And so I went in on this candle and I got out up here. So I had this little tiny pullback, but for the most part, nice clean trade all the way. Followed all the rules. Next, I was just, this was another long trade. I got in it at 816. Notice the drop and chop. Notice where the bull signal fired. I might have just looked at this one. No, I didn't. And then there's no dot, so we have to clear the wick. So this is the first candle that you legitimately could have gone in on. And with that drop and chop, I wonder why I didn't go in on that candle. But I waited for one more for confirmation and wrote it up here for a pretty good win. Now comes a loss. So we had the short signal. We were looking to enter. And this is another one looking back in hindsight. You're like, what was I thinking? So here's the bear signal. And here's the dot you have to get under right here. Let me pull this down. And so you could enter legitimately on this candle here and look at where the chop dropped. That's where I should have entered. I could have written this down and made money. Instead, I entered late. I hesitated. And by the time I got in, it whipped the other way. And trust me, if you were watching, it was ridiculous. I should have closed this trade. I said like 10 times, okay, I'm back up a couple pennies. I'm back up a couple pennies. I should close this. Next push down, I'm going to close this. And for some stupid reason, I'm going to blame being sick. How's that? And I think that did have an effect. All right. And then we come into another nice win here, 952. And you can see the chop index has been dropping. And is this? Yeah, this is the right one. And then we rode it all the way up here. So that was a decent little trade. Chop index was coming down all the way. And then we had another loss here. Is this the loss? No, actually, I combined two trades. This was a trade that we talked about. Went very well, very clean, no problems at all. I did not ride it through this area like I said. This is where I entered. This is where I exited. And then this is the next trade. Came in here and got out in the very next candle. Why? Nice drop in the chop index, big volume, and time to get out. Take the profit. I was in and out of that thing so fast. Another great trade here. You can see we had the short signal up here. We just need to clear these wicks down here. And we're looking for the chop index to drop. There it is. Boom, boom, in nice profit. Another profit here, in and out, same candle. So I had 8 wins. It's just the 2 losses were frustrating. Here's another win. Here's the bull signal. There's no dots above the bull signal. So I have to try to clear the highest wick before the bull signal. So that takes you back here. So you can't enter this trade until it crosses this line. And that's what I did. The chop index dropped. Everything was about perfect. And I went in and out on the same one. I was in for 1.5 candles. This one was a loss. So entered here. Chop had dropped. I just got in it a little bit too late. I had a few opportunities to take profit, which I didn't do. And I ended up taking a loss somewhere in here. It was not a big loss. It wasn't a tiny loss, though. And then at 11:54, look at the drop and chop. And you can see that's why I entered. So anytime you see that I have a bull signal, not too old, and I get a drop in this chop index, I'm going to go in because our system works. And that was in and out in one candle. This one was a loss here. Yeah, I'm sorry. This was a gain. This was a gain. This was the loss because I went in, went short, chop dropped, and it just whipped around on me, and I got out here. But when I look at the trade, it was legit. I just got in too late. I should have entered, up here. But you can't win them all, right? Then got in here, got out here. So a small gain. And then my last trade of the day, I entered here